What is leadership? To me, leadership is action. It's a person's ability to make a change within the community that's for the betterment of all people.
Leadership to me is being able to stand alone to fight for something one wants or needs. It's taking the initiative for the sole purpose of reaching a wanted outcome.
So, what's the purpose of this whole leadership program? Well, it's used to get students engaged, think about, identify, to be aware of, and to get involved in various acts of leadership within the community abroad. More specifically, this class addresses the social justice issues that we see on a day-to-day basis, racism and classism, and those social justice issues that we may not see because of our demographic, like anti-Semitism.
Social justice is a feature that affects leaders and leadership, and it also was a key feature in our class. Social justice is knowing the problem and then acting on the problem. It's creating a society that understands and values the rights of all humans, regardless of race, class, or gender, for example. When we did meet in class, we had in-class discussions, and we attended 3 out-of-class excursions. The 3 excursions we went on were at We Stand for Kids, Clemson Down, and Clean Start. One in-class discussion we had was on classism. Classism was evident at We Stand for Kids because many socioeconomic issues were addressed, and youth were not afforded the opportunity to attend certain things or be engaged in certain things that affected the community due to their class. At Clemson Downs is hard to afford. The wealthy is basically the class that's the target there. Others are not given the advantage to attend Clemson Downs due to the fact that it's so expensive. At Clean Start, classism is definitely evident. They serve the needs of the homeless and the less fortunate.
Another in-class discussion was on ableism, the discrimination against people based on their mental or physical capabilities. We felt as though ableism was also addressed at Clemson Downs as well as Clean Start. Clemson Downs allows their residents to be able to be as active as their body as well as their children will allow. And Clean Start doesn't discriminate against these people who are less fortunate, who want to go out and better themselves, or even those who are less fortunate and like being less fortunate. We saw that these 2 excursions really focused on allowing people to be who they are and to flourish within themselves.
Sexism was another in-class discussion that we had. We all felt as a class that social justice was an effect at these 3 places. We didn't see people basically being treated a different kind of way based on their gender.
Racism. When we visited Clemson Downs, there weren't a lot of different races. Clean Start is used to help all people who are less fortunate, no matter what race or religion. But at We Stand for Kids, we noticed that racism was addressed, but maybe more so under the table. Many of the kids who are serviced by We Stand for Kids are of minority ethnicities. We heard the numbers about parents who are incarcerated in Anderson County, and the majority of those parents may be of minority races. And with that being said, our Theory to Practice project was served to the young students of We Stand for Kids.
We Stand for Kids is a nonprofit organization that focuses on helping children of incarcerated parents. It's located in Anderson, South Carolina, and the ages of the children and youth that attend ranges from 4 to 18. The director there is Ms. Takesha James, and she was basically our tour guide when we went, and she was also the person that we went through to get permission to host the program there. Social justice is a key feature that is involved in true leadership. So as leaders, we took initiative and held a program addressing issues that affect society today for at-risk teenagers as well as teenagers in general.
The title of our program was Let's Face Reality. We felt that there was a need to let these young students know what is really going on in the world and how they should really be addressing these issues. We feel too often times the media skews these ideas and gives our kids a false sense of what it is to live in the real world. Two of the first topics that we talked about were education and, of course, leadership. We want these students to become young, gifted, and engaged citizens in their community. We address the issue that education is very important and very vital in today's world, because not having a high school diploma isn't going to cut it, and even having a bachelor's degree isn't cutting it in some industries. We wanted them to know the importance of money and why they need money, not just so they can buy the flyest outfits, but so that they can have shelter and food and transportation. We also talked about STDs and teen pregnancies. We told them that 1 in 4 sexually active teens is getting an STD per year. We also wanted them to know that teen pregnancy is neither good nor bad, but if it happens, there are definitely outlets so that young ladies and young men can go out and achieve their goals.
Leadership was tied in because we took the initiative to make this happen. Social justice is about knowing and acting, as I stated before. So we felt that through this class and through all of our in-class discussions, this is our way of basically giving back to the community, as well as showing what we've learned through this class. Thank you.